Okay. All right. I think we've got the stream up, or well, I should say we're streaming. And after yesterday, that's not quite as easy as it sounds. Anyway, now I'm going to get up you guys so we can chit chat. All right, there we go. All right, so welcome to day 15 of December Daily, or I like something that Victoria Marie said. I was watching her days, I think 1 through 4 or 1 through 5 or something, and she called them daily stories. And I think that is absolutely perfect because that's really what this is. Even I don't have a story for every day. You guys know that if I have a long work day, hey, Scrappy Matilda, glad you're catching me live too. Hey, Glenda, good to see you. Anyway, you know that, not anyway, it's nice to see you guys, but you know that I don't have a story for every day because I work some long days. And in those days, I just tell a story I want to remember from the season, a daily, just kind of general interest story, that kind of thing. Which is, although this Christmas card was actually, I think the Christmas cards, this layout was the day after I actually sent them out, but that's pretty close in timing. But some things are just there in my book and they didn't really happen on that day, and I'm okay with it because it's just preserving it for the season. So today, I'm going to tell the story of a little light show that my boyfriend and I did yesterday. Hey, Nancy. Oh, hey, Julie. Lots of fun people. And these are only a tiny bit of the photos I took, but some of the things that I wanted to remember, some of the things that were different, and some of my favorite things are kind of what I was trying to do with this. So Wisconsin is very chilly. It's going to get cold. We are going to have a white Christmas. We've had snow every day this week, lots of smaller amounts, but snow every day. And then right now, I think it was in the 30s today, but it's going to go into the teens. That's Fahrenheit. So I heard highs like they are thinking 13 or 15 on Christmas Day. And we haven't had a cold Christmas in, I don't want to say 5 years, but it certainly hasn't been the last 2. So yikes. So the snow that we have will be staying. I'm starting to get annoyed with it because it's a little bit of snow at a time. And for those of you who drive in snow on a regular basis, you know how little bits of snow are actually really bad because they really get glazed. The streets get glazed versus if we get 3, 4, 5 inches, it's actually easier to drive in. I know for those of you who don't drive in snow, that sounds insane, but it is true. Because I have an all-wheel drive car. It's meant to be able to drive in snow as long as you take it slow. So anyway, so there's the answer. My hands are freezing. Actually, I have a sweater on, but I forgot to put on my bigger sweater. And my scrap room is, there's heat on in it, but I don't keep a lot of heat on because I don't go in here every day. So anyway, let's talk about the photos and what we're going to do. So first of all, I want to tell you guys about a new app I discovered yesterday that is amazing. So it's for your iPhone or your iPad. It's called Print to Size. Again, Print to Size. You can put it on your iPhone or iPad. I don't know if they make an Android version yet, but you can take any photo and size it to whatever you want. So I'm printing on a 4x6 canvas or piece of paper here, but they have all sorts of other, this is winter, Glenda. We're beautiful all the rest of the times of year. She said like she used to like Great Lakes, Illinois. But anyway, I should keep going with this. So I'm printing on a 4x6 canvas. I resized, now I cut these apart here, but I resized 2 portrait orientations to 3x4. And then this is a 3x4 orientation. And then this is one that I took at 3x4, but there was so much stuff in it, I sized it smaller than that. And I just sized it so it was 3 wide so I could get it as big as I could. Julie said that her problem is that in her part of Washington, the Washington State, the snow melts into slush and then freezes overnight. And we feel that pain here too. That was us all week earlier this week. So anyway, I keep saying anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. That sounds like I don't care, and I actually do care. But print to size is fantastic because you can do whatever you want. So for those of you who don't want to use Photoshop because you maybe just want to size photographs, you don't want to edit photographs, this is a great way to do it. I think Photoshop is a lot more difficult to size things. I had these all sized and printed within 5 minutes probably, maybe 10 at the most, once I selected which photos I was going to do. And then I did just print these 3 on 4x6 canvas, or these 4 on 4x6 canvases. They're iPhone sized, and I didn't want to, I could have cropped them because you can crop them within the app. I could have cropped them so that they blew up and were the full 4x6, but I decided not to do that. I decided I'm going to use paper to back these. So that's what this is representing here, is this is the size that it comes off directly from my camera phone. So I just trimmed that off. And this is true, like when I process photos at Walmart on a regular basis, I don't print everything at home. I just print December Daily at home, or if I need something. I have to size them for 4 to 4x6, and then this, I have to cut this off. So Print to Freeze is the name of this app. So that's the first thing. Also, before I forget, Carol Blackburn, if you are listening, do not go through to the end of this because I have the Bailey's Irish Cream cookie recipe, and I will do that before I finish. I'm going to do it so you guys can screenshot it, and then I'll read it as well. Don't let me forget, because I've had this. I just had to go get it, and she asked me for this last year, and I forgot. I've had it sitting in my email because I get, when you comment, I get emails from YouTube about them, and that tells me if I need to answer something right away. So that's why I do that. And it reminded me, I was reminded especially, oh, Carol, I'm so glad you're here. Yay. Oh yeah, that's right. I missed that. You have a comment up in there. I didn't get the comments. I missed that comment. I saw it and then didn't realize it was you. So nice. I mean, so I was thinking about it. So this is, I have Bailey's and ice, and then I put milk in my Bailey's because it's pretty sweet for me. So that's my cocktail of choice tonight, or this afternoon, really. So yay, I'm glad you're here, Carol. And yeah, Julie, they are super yummy. So I also decided I was going to do just this page, which is 2 3x4s and a 4x6, and then had more photos that I really wanted to emphasize. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, I added a Simple Stories like flip flap, basically is what this is. So I glued it in here, and then I think you can do it this way as well too, so it sits on that. I just glued it in the more difficult way, actually, now that I think about it. And what I'm going to do is use my Crop-A-Dile to punch this hole. So I'm just going to punch the hole through. You don't have to do it this way. I think this is actually the wrong way to do it. I think they're really supposed to come underneath. Like this flap comes underneath and then it folds that way. But I'm going to do it this way because I am. This is my Christmas card page, back of my Christmas card page from yesterday. And I can probably take that yellow thing out before it permanently sticks there. Sorry, guys, I'm going to do that while I think of it, because I don't need to worry about the address now because we're not looking at that. It'll be really fast if I do it, or I'll just cover it with my hand now. Okay, so there's back the Christmas card page because that may tell us what we want to do here. Now, I'm thinking I want this picture of my boyfriend and I prominent here. I figured, oftentimes these pockets are not even, and oftentimes you have to trim them up a bit. So I'll pop that one in here. I think we should be on this because this was our date night. And then this tree, which is amazing in person. So I'm going to pop that there. And then I think I'm going to do this little candy village thing here first. And then there was a really cool military thing that I did not see last year. So, or if I did, I didn't emphasize it. It was really cool. So some of these just kind of are like placeholders where it will remind me of what that stuff looked like. Okay, these are tight, so that'll be interesting. And then I think I'll go, this is a funny story behind this is my boyfriend didn't know what it is. It's a treasure map, a pirate, a bird, his parrot, and then treasure. And then this, so they used to have these really scary looking, I cannot remember if it was scary looking elves or snowman, but one or the other that would sing, and they were a little derelict looking after so many years of doing this. They've now replaced them with raccoons that I'm not sure they're any less scary looking. So I took a picture of that because I thought it was a little hilarious that we're going to pop in the back here. And then these two pictures will be the last two pictures. So this is a light tunnel. This one is brand new this year and is really important. So some of you may know this, but I live and work. I live very, very close. Like I'm the next suburb over from Waukesha, Wisconsin, where the Christmas parade shooting was last year that killed 5 adults and 1 child. And then I worked in Waukesha for many years. I was actually just there today. I was there yesterday, so I'm there all the time. I worked there for many years. My mom is from that community, so it's really close to my heart. And they did, so the theme, and I think they do this with a lot of, like Uvalde's like sort of motto after the school shooting was Uvalde Strong, so I've seen this. But it's cool because they've got the Waukesha Strong with the state of Wisconsin. That's the logo that they use, but it's always lit in blue lights, and that's kind of the memory, the remembrance color for the people who were killed, and then the almost 80 people that were also injured as well. Some of them with really bad injuries that they're still dealing with. But I thought that was really important to kind of get that on here because it's kind of prevalent, and the shooting happened after this started last year. So they didn't do this, but they did do this year. And it's something, being from the area is very close to my heart. So that's why I wanted this on here. And that's the explanation behind. So a sad thing, but sort of a beautiful thing, that they remembered that and included it in the light show. All right, so I'm back to backing these photos. This card can be done if I want it to be, which is kind of cool. And then the other ones are not done yet because I need to start finding some paper to go on here. So that may or may not be done. I'm just going to tuck this one in and we'll figure it out. Hey, Harmony. Yeah, that trial was something else, I'll tell you. That judge is now running for our state Supreme Court because she's amazing. I didn't see the whole trial. I watched it a little bit here and there, but yeah. Yes. Yeah, so sad. Okay, so let's grab paper here. And this is the time where I can use bits and pieces or like older things. Yeah, I know. I will be voting for her most likely. I also happen to know people who work at that courthouse. I have 2 clients who are attorneys and actually work with her. And I trust their judgment implicitly. I've known them a long time. And what they said to me was, she is who you saw on TV. She's not, that wasn't fake. So that also made me feel better. All right, so just kind of figuring out what I want to do to go behind there. I'm not sure that pink would be the right color behind there, although this is red and probably not pink here. I like this red here that says Hello Santa, but you wouldn't see that much of it. So that could be kind of a nice piece to go behind some of these with the red. So that could be, that could go here. Actually, it shouldn't go there because that I think would be confusing with the red stripe there, but it could go here pretty easily. And then here, So let's do that. So I'm just gonna trim those up, and I really need to remember to put batteries in my trimmer here. I noticed it yesterday and forgot. I like to save these little pieces because it's 8 1/4 inches high. I like to save these pieces because I can take a piece like this and put a little border on it and then just do some sort of embellishment in a smaller photo, or no embellishment in a title or something like that. So there's a little, that's why I save those offcuts. At the end, I either throw them away or hand them off to my grandkids because I do keep those for them. The offcuts. Oopsie. Okay, let's try that again. And I think I'm having problems because I really didn't put that in the correct way. All right, so this photo is the one that's going to go on there. I do need to get a number on here, obviously, somewhere. I definitely have room for things like on this one underneath. Certainly I have room where I could put a number on there. I could put a number up there. I could put one here. I do have a picture of that tree last year too. So then to help me remember where I am. Oh yeah, faux washi, good point. And then these come out of the top, which I actually like a lot better. This one goes here. It just helps me keep organizing. I was watching Moira yesterday, and when she went to put stuff in, she got a little lost, and I felt her pain because I've had that happen before, where I'm like, now what was I planning again? Okay, so there's that, and I really like how that looks with this, which kind of makes me feel like something needs to go up here, which I'll have to watch what's here. I almost feel like that, and I could do something along there. And I could use faux washi, or I could use real washi as well. So this has a lot of colors going on in it. We're looking back at this page. Let's see what I have for offcuts and things here. I think that's a little bit too much, but I think I will like either this one, which I do like, or that one. And I'm thinking I like the stronger green here. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to cut this to 4 inches high. Oh, that's nice, Harmony. I was kind of laughing at the Air Force one because they had Army, Navy, and Marines. And I have my sister was in the Army. My stepson was a Marine. I have an uncle who was Navy. I don't have anybody who did Air Force in my family, and it's the one picture I took, which is fine. It doesn't matter. All branches of service are wonderful, but I did think that was kind of ironic. Okay, then the other thing I'm going to do here, and I'm just going to put the glue here right in the middle, because if I decide to do real washi tape, if I want to do that, I want to make sure I have room for it. And I'm not thinking that I want to do a ton of embellishing of these photos, because there's a lot going on them. Okay, so I'm just getting that cut. Then that'll sit like this. And then we need to figure out what's going to go on back here. I think these guys would look kind of cute with this. But let me see how I like that blue Waukesha strong piece here, if I do that. Or I could grab some green stars with this, or I could also do red, which is what this is. And maybe that's what I should do. Even those guys won't, or maybe we do red here next to the Waukesha Strong, which I like that. You don't see enough of this because of the way this is. If I cut it, now if I cut it down, you would. I don't know. I think that feels a little lighthearted to me. Although this with that is kind of lighthearted now that I think about it. I could just do this so that they pop there. Let's put this on. So I need a 3x4 here. And I really should have figured out what's behind it. That's okay. And then this one, I think I'll leave, let's see, let's put this here. I'm going to make like a horizon line at the same place that the horizon line is on this one. That makes any sense to anybody. And then I'll have a little bit more room up at the top for embellishment, for washi tape, for phrase stickers, that kind of stuff. Okay, there's that one, that one. Let's see what I have for green. I don't, maybe I do have enough to do a green piece down here and a lighter green. And I think this green is nice with that blue. Also, I don't think I have green in here. Okay, let's see. I'm going through my green really fast, and I always do with these. Let's see if I have, I don't know that I want to do the holly leaves with this, but I guess we'll try that one, especially if I don't have a green dot. Although I do have some other green that I can play with. Okay, so here's the holly leaf one, which is kind of nice because it gets some red in there. You don't see much of them though. And then I could do just that plain one as well. The other thing I can do, I was looking to see if I didn't remember if I had a scrap in the holly leaves. I do. So I think what I'm going to do with the holly leaves is a little trick I've done before. And this is the piece that's behind this photo. And now this is a little bit taller than 4, but that's okay. Sometimes I don't mind if I'm using the whole piece behind, especially if it's something that's a couple years old, but sometimes I don't like to do that. So what I'm going to do in this particular case is I'm going to take a strip and I'll glue it to each end of the card behind. So this is a little cheat. Now, obviously you have to have a picture that goes from top to bottom in this particular case, or however you design it. The photo has to cover at least one side. Okay. And then I'm just going to trim here. So this is kind of how if you scrapbook and your piece of paper isn't long enough when you're doing some layering, you sneak it in behind. That's basically what I'm doing here. I like that piece of paper. You know, it's not like, well, it is all precious. Paper is all precious, but it's not that precious. I have a lot of it. I do like how this has a little bit of the red in behind. So there's that one. Okay, so I'm going to just add this in. I can pull them out as I need to. And then this one needs to be glued to this one. And I do this just because then they don't slip inside. The raccoons are adorable. They're adorable, but they're weird at the same time. That's all I can say. But they're a heck of a lot better than the elves were that were really scary. I have a picture from a few years ago when my mom and I went. I had not been in many years. And we went in 2019, I think. And they were frightening. I said to her, you know, they're going to give children nightmares here. Which is why I took that, because I meant to send it to her and I didn't. Okay. So, don't have any journaling either. Any journaling space. So, let's think about that. Now, I could journal right here. Here would be a great place to journal, or here. So, let's grab the other thing I could do. Oh, I didn't even think about this. Let's look at this. I have all these lovely tags that I've been trying to figure out how to get in here. And what I could do, well, I have to take the, I have to take the, but I could do that as well and just pop it in between. I didn't even think of that until just this moment. What about this? Would that stick out? That would stick out nicely, actually. Although I'd miss this, you would only see the top of the green. Do I want to do that with the whole tag? Yes, Kelly. The answer is yes, you do want to do this with the whole tag because you have plenty of room. So it's going to look like this from the front, and I actually like it in this tree photo better. Oh, and I should be looking at this too, seeing this together. So this would be nice because I have the green washi over here. So I like the way that looks. I'm thinking red numbers on this photo here, you guys, just as I'm kind of going through some of this. Okay. And so I'm going to cheat, well, not cheat, but I'm going to make this very easy on myself. I can spend the time to get that ATG off of there, or I can just glue that on. And I can cheat. And it makes it a lot easier. And then what I'll do, so in this particular case, because this is going to be pretty tight, I'm actually not going to glue these two together. Because otherwise I'm afraid that it is going to be really hard. Oh, I'm having a hard time tonight. Nothing like being, yeah, there's nothing like being traumatized by the elves or the Easter Bunny. He's the other guy that I think is really, like, parents are cruel taking their children to see the Easter Bunny because he is often very scary. Okay, so a little bit of, and I like this when this stuff sticks out. I might need a longer piece here though. That's something I haven't done a lot of yet either. There hasn't been stuff sticking out of the top. I think I have one tab. And then I'll just pop this in here like this, loving it. So that gets my, yeah, I know. The Easter Bunny does look demented. Sacrilegious and awful. I know, but he does. He really does. I'm going to grab my numbers, and I think I'll use these numbers. So I could either put it up here or I could put it down here. And maybe, I was thinking up here, but there's that in there now. So that might be just a lot. And up here, I think it might call some attention away from, there's a post right here. I'm going to pop these on the outside for now. I can always add them in later into the pocket. Okay, so now I don't even see that post, which yay for that. That's awesome. Okay, so when you're doing this, keep flipping back and forth because you want to make sure that when you're designing, it makes sense from both sides. So washi tape wise, I have, you know, I have this green that I've been using all along. I have this polka dot, which is nice. I don't know that I want any of that on here, but what I might do is use some sort of label here. And then I could do the green polka dot with some sort of phrase sticker, some little icon. One of the 10,000 pieces I have here from Ellie's Studio. I am toying with, Moira has a three like kind of compartment dash, and I really am thinking about trying to find something like that because it looks really nice. He is better, thank you. Much better than he was. So let's see if I have anything else in here. Pure joy captured is true. I can't put that down there. That's too white. That works there. I don't think I want to do it on the back because of that Waukesha Strong. Although I could do it here and just pop that there. Or I could do it up here. But again, I don't like it. It's too close to that. I like, it's okay there. And Miss Harmony, thank you. I'm sure you'll know to what I'm referring. Not to be too mysterious, but Harmony sent me a nice card today. So that was very sweet. Maybe right there, because then I have the white and the white. I also think this photo is a little crooked with how the tree is centered. I could have fixed that, but I didn't notice it till too late, and it's fine. I'm not so worried about that. I did notice all the snowflakes. I thought it was quite funny. It was covered in snowflakes, you guys. Okay, so that's nice. And then I have that. So then I need to figure out what I want to do. I'm going to look for some stickers first before I go any further, because I have tons and tons of stickers and puffies and all that kind of stuff. And I think I should get it on here. Oh, here's a really nice little blue thing that says turn on the holiday music. And I did my holiday music. Although I just got a new well, it's not a new Casting Crowns CD today, but a new to me Casting Crowns CD. So maybe I'll be able to do that. I do like the idea of using this one that says tradition and then one that says together, because this is the second year in a row we've done this, and I really like, we really have fun doing this. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And there's one that says these are a few of my favorite things, so I like those. I could do tradition up here as well, but I think not. I think I'm going to do it over here. Where was I going to do that? Here. I'm toying with, do I want to put a little, actually, you know what I can do? I'm going to bring the piece out. I'll add some of my little puffies, or if I have, what do I have down in here? Do I have hearts left? I do. So I could do a little tradition there. And then this would open to those two photos. Looking to see what I have for big or small colors left. I have blue, which I guess that stands out okay there. I also have tons of hearts and stuff. These are little though. Those puffies are going to be some of my favorite things this year. They already are. Okay, these are fairly small. I do like the idea of that they take up quite a bit of room on here. There's some green stars that are bigger. I was hoping for a little bit bigger star, but I don't know that I have that. And I am going to use some of these this year, but I can't use them on this dark background. These are the acetate ones from last year that I just did not use. And I knew I probably wasn't going to use a ton of them when I got them. That was part of the problem. Okay, so let's just do this. We'll use these big stars. That's, again, goes back to the don't wait for the right layout. If you like it, just use it now. And I think I'm going to take this and overlap it a little bit. And I'm going to do these both to the outside with this paper here. You know, I always say with scrapbooking, when I do scrapbookings, scrapbooking pieces, that I like to overlap as many layers as possible. So that's what I'm doing here. No, Harmony, that's fine. Thank you. I got the snowman reference too. I was totally tracking with you. So I like the way that works. And then it's nice that this is tradition on that particular one too. I don't think that follows quite with the pirate guy here, but that's okay. And I'm seeing there's a red heart here, so maybe I can use that in one of the layouts on the back of all of this. So let's get, what did I say? Together was going to go on this one. So let's pop that on there. And maybe I'll find an enamel dot or something here, because I haven't used many of those to go on these. I'm going to pop these back in again, or maybe just put this one this way so I don't lose it. Oops, other way. There we go. Oh yeah, because the 15 is on here. So really, I probably want something smaller. Oh, well, a December tradition would work on this one. A magical sight would work. There we go. I'm going to do the magical sight. There's a beautiful sight too, but I think it's more magical. Oh, I do. Well, holiday magic is here too. I'm going to change this because I think it'd be fun to have green on there. Ooh, yeah, there's a sign here that says one that says only a week to go. Ha, only a week to go, and I had to change M number one's Christmas present today to his birthday present. His birthday's in January, because they just had Christmas with one of his aunts, and she got him something that's very similar to what I got him. And I'm like, oh man. But so my daughter-in-law texted me and said, it would be okay if you didn't, which meant to me, Grandma, could you please change that? And of course I did. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to leave the heart off. I think I'm going to leave this photo as it is because there's enough going on. And then I still need to do something up here. So, oh. We've got best Christmas lights display here. And I could do navy or green or red here. I'm leaning towards navy. And I know the Christmas lights, well, that's up there. Yeah, let's do that. I'll just pop the best Christmas lights up here. I'm going to leave the Waukesha Strong one alone as well. I'm laughing about the snow, Harmony. So I'll just overlap this a little bit up here. So this will have an element that's sort of similar with everything else, but isn't exactly the same. Then this one will go here. Take that out. And then put this down here, and then Christmas, Merry. Again, I want this a little bit more, not celebrate. these are a few of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things. Or a magical sight. Twinkle lights would work down here. It's not very big though, and I'd like to take more room if I can. There's a These Days Are Merry and Bright, which is kind of cute, but you kind of, you lose it because of the white snow, so that's not gonna work. Oh, there's lots of stuff here. So Christmas shopping, which I've already done. They do have a really beautiful Fontanini nativity at this place, and it's like the statues are like 3 feet high. It's amazing. I like this So Much Love and Gratitude, but that would be weird for this. How about favorite holiday tradition? That is a favorite holiday tradition of mine. Okay, I knew I'd find one. And again, I'm going to go so that I'm overlapping the edge of that and adding that right on to the photo. Okay, so when I look at this, actually, we look at it this way. I think that's good. I carried some of the colors across. There's stickers here and stickers here. So I think that's good. There's a lot going on. I've got color here again that's appearing here. Then you will see it this way, so that's not a bad way to look at it. I'm not as concerned about that. Some pieces that are the same, liking that, like that green that's sticking out there. And then you flip to the back, a little more serious here, except for that photo. I might have changed that if I had thought about that a little bit more. I'm gonna look and see, is there something more serious here? Let's see, all the joy, so excited. There's not really. So I think I'm just gonna leave that one alone, even though I have these goofy raccoons back there. If I find something, I've got I have a nativity scene, and I might do a little bit of looking through other things as I'm going through stuff and see if I can find something that would be a little bit more appropriate for that one, but it's fine if I don't have it. Oh, yeah. Oh, that would. Yep. All a good night would work. I'm thinking of something more meaningful to the fact that it's that related to the parade shooting. Okay. So then I was toying with adding enamel dots, but maybe just here. I'm thinking maybe a red enamel dot there. I don't know that I want to do too many. I'm afraid it's going to get to be a little much if I do too many of those. So let's just get goodness. I'm thinking red here. I might find a spot for enamel dot on the other side too. And I do like having a little bit of an interactive element as well. Gives you something to do besides just look at the photos. And I still have not looked at my books, previous books. And this is very late in the season for me to be doing that. Okay, there's that one. And then that one. Oops. I think I'm going to leave this one alone. I would have to probably move it for it to fit on that one. And I know that red is almost disappearing there, but feels like that's the color to do there. Okay. So there's that. All right, so this is what it will look like. I'm just going to clear this a little bit because I want to pull that recipe out and I want to have a less distracting thing to look at. There's that. So I'll pop this in. I obviously have to do my journaling on that tag. But I love, this is my favorite part, well, other than the decorating, of course. Okay, thank you, Harmony. You're right, that would have worked. Like it would have worked on the bottom really well. Okay, so there we go. So that's in there. And I guess I do have a little bit of twine sticking out from that tag, but there we go. So that's how that one fits in with this other one. This almost needs to come over a little bit farther so it covers that. So I may play with that when I'm done. You don't need to see that. And there's that. Tomorrow should be the story of wrapping Christmas presents. So I'm waiting for that last gift to come from my grandson because it was his birthday gift. It should be here by 8 tonight, but I'll start on the other ones. And then I can take some photos of wrapping Christmas presents. So that's that. So Carol, I hope you're here still after all that and are happily scrapping away. But here, and this recipe is from college. So this is Bailey's Irish Cream chocolate chip cookies. So actually it's after college. So here is I'm going to hold this still for a little bit. So if you want to screenshot this, you can. So there's that. And then here's the back so that you can do another screenshot. And, you know, so you can just go back to it if you want to. So that you have it. And these are delicious. They're pretty rich because of the Baileys, but they're yummy. And I want you to note on the back of this card, you have to take a lot of, I want you to follow this part of the recipe exactly right here. It says pour small amount of Baileys into a glass, which I might have to say you want to pour larger than a small amount. Over ice if desired, and sip throughout mixing and baking process. Refill as necessary. So make sure you follow that. And that's actually on here from a good friend of mine, which it's funny, her Christmas card to me just came today. So anyway, all right. So there's the Bailey's Irish Cream recipe. Carol, I'm sorry that took a whole year for you to get, but it's there. And now you guys all have it so that you can just screenshot it or you screenshot it, copy it to your own recipe card, whatever you're going to do. I didn't quite know how to do that, how the best way to do that was. So, but they are so good. I'm not making them this year. It's much smaller Christmas parties, so I didn't do that. Oh, huh. I don't see why that wouldn't. Well, let's see. Homemade whiskey cream. I have made homemade in my family. We call that, when we make it homemade, we call it Salgado Irish cream because my grandmother used to make it, and that was their last name. So yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Like, would it actually hold up in the cookies? I know that is a lot more unstable, that you have to drink it faster. So that would be the one thing I would be concerned about, because if you make the cookies, you do not have to keep them refrigerated. Oh, glad you're still here, Carol. So if you make the cookies, you do not have to keep them refrigerated. But if you made them with the homemade Bailey's Irish Cream, you might have to, because at least for our version of that Irish cream, you do need to keep them refrigerated. And I should bring my Baileys in, right? In my wine glass, because my Christmas highball glasses, which are the only highball glasses I own, which is ridiculous, but that's because I do cocktails in larger glasses than just a regular highball, honestly, if I'm telling you the truth. But anyway, that's the only thing. Yeah, check with him, Julie, and see what he thinks. But I would be a little bit more concerned about that because, like I said, I know we have to keep it in the fridge. And now if you kept the cookies in the fridge, I don't think that would be such a bad thing. But I actually don't know that I would like them as well. I think room temperature is a little bit better because I think the that Bailey's taste permeates it. So if you guys have had like rum balls and stuff like that, the alcohol content in that is similar to what the alcohol content in the cookies would be like. So just so that you know that. You're welcome, Carol. Oh, Claire, I'm glad you're here. So and glad that you guys get them. So now you've got them. If you need something more than that, though, if you can't read something or something like that, you can always pop a comment in, and then we can email it back and forth, or I can do clarification. If you've got it, pop a comment in to the comment section, because then I can just answer it. And like I said, I see the comments, so if it's something like this, I answer them right away. If it's other comments, I really do try. I read, just so you guys know, I read all of your comments. Unfortunately, I do not respond to all of them like I used to. I really want to, but it gets a little bit crazy. So I'll go through and comment a bunch of them, but know that always know that I read every one of them and I appreciate every one of them. And if you have a question, you will definitely get an answer to that comment as soon as I possibly can. So that's, I wanted to tell you guys that. I forgot that at one point. So there's that. So, oh, good. I'm glad that there's lots of people to share. So make a way, you guys. That's from a very, very close friend of mine from college. And I think the first time she made them, anybody who was there had to have that recipe because it was so good. So, all right, you guys, I will be back tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what time, though, because I know I've got something going on at one point in the morning. I know dear boyfriend and I are going to go out and do stuff later on during the day. And I'm just looking, it's still snowing out there. It's hard to see because it's dark, but I can see it, and it's really starting to accumulate on my window again. Yes, it is. So if you miss snow, oh, sure, Glenda, absolutely. Let me do it one more time. And I'll hold it longer again so you can take a, let me just get this out of the way. So you've got, absolutely. Okay, so there's the recipe. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Oh, by the way, don't use margarine. Use butter. I forgot to tell you guys that. This is an old recipe back when we used to think that margarine was okay for us. They're a lot better with butter. So definitely use the butter. It's better for you anyway. Says the girl from the dairy state, born and bred. Okay. So that's that one. And then let me flip it here. There's the other side. It's hard to hold stuff steady. Oops. All right, it's good. Oh, Carol, have fun on date night with some Baileys. That sounds delicious. I will be buying more tomorrow because I discovered that this is the last of my Baileys in my cabinet. So, all right, you guys, again, goodbye. Thanks for joining me as always. Have a great rest of your Friday night, and I will see you at some point tomorrow. Bye, everybody.